Welcome back to Coin Capital. Imagine for a moment that the small coin sitting in your drawer or wallet is worth not just a few cents, not even a few $100s, but hundreds of thousands, and in some cases, millions of dollars. Sounds unbelievable, right? But this is the reality of some rare coins from South Africa, particularly the 2 Rand coin from 2004 and the 5 Rand coin from 1994. These coins are not just pieces of metal. They are powerful symbols of South Africa's history, beauty, and resilience. And when they appear at auctions, they ignite bidding wars that leave collectors stunned. Today, I'm going to take you on a journey through history, design, and market value, showing exactly why these coins are among the most extraordinary treasures of modern numismatics. Stay tuned, because at the end of this video, I'll also explain exactly how you can sell these coins in major auctions, in South Africa, in the USA, and internationally. So if you own one, you'll know the exact steps to maximize its value. The South African 2 Rand 2004, a modern jewel. Let's begin with the 2 Rand coin from 2004. At first glance, it seems like an ordinary silver-colored coin, but the truth is, its design and symbolism run very deep. Design and symbolism. On the obverse side, the coin proudly features the South African coat of arms, redesigned in 2000 to represent unity and diversity. You'll notice the rising sun, a secretary bird, and the motto written in Khoisan language, Ka, Chakshara Nake, meaning diverse people unite. The year 2004 is struck clearly above, marking the year of issue. On the reverse side is the springbok antelope, one of the most beloved symbols of South Africa. Graceful, agile, and powerful, the springbok is also the emblem of the South African national rugby team. It stands for strength, resilience, and the natural beauty of the country. Color, material, and size composition. Nickel-plated copper color. Shiny silver-white weight. Around 5.5 grams. Diameter, approximately 23 millimeters. This choice of material makes it durable and attractive. But collectors know that the true value comes not from the metal, but from the story and rarity. Historical context: 2004 was a decade after South Africa's historic first democratic elections in 1994. By then, the nation was deeply rooted in rebuilding and moving forward. The coin's new coat of arms symbolized a new era, an era of hope, renewal, and pride. That's why the 2 Rand 2004 isn't just money. It's a reflection of South Africa's transformation into a modern democracy. The South African 5 Rand 1994. The birth of a nation. Now let's travel back to 1994, the year that South Africa changed forever. That was the year Nelson Mandela became president, apartheid officially ended, and the country stepped into a new chapter of freedom. The 5 Rand coin of 1994 captures this moment in time better than almost any other. Design and symbolism. On the obverse side, the coin displays the old coat of arms used before the redesign in 2000. Above it, the words South Africa and South Africa are inscribed, representing the nation's 2 official languages at the time, English and Afrikaans. On the reverse, we see the mighty black wildebeest, also called the gnu. It's depicted mid-charge, hooves pounding, muscles tense, a symbol of unstoppable power and energy. This was a perfect metaphor for South Africa in 1994, a nation charging into a new era of democracy. Color, material, and size composition. Nickel brass alloy. Color, golden bronze appearance. Weight, around 9.5 grams. Diameter, 26 millimeters. The shine of this coin, combined with its historical year, makes it an object of both beauty and reverence. Historical context. 1994 was not just another year, it was the rebirth of South Africa. Collectors worldwide place tremendous emotional and symbolic value on artifacts from that year. The 5 Rand coin has become one of the most desired numismatic pieces of post-apartheid Africa. The market value explosion. Now let's get to the part that excites collectors the most, the market value of these coins. 2 Rand 2004 value in auctions. In its circulated form, the 2 Rand 2004 might not raise eyebrows, but in pristine condition, graded by top certification companies like NGC or PCGS, the coin becomes a superstar. At a major Johannesburg auction, a 2 Rand 2004 graded MES 68 sold for $125,000. At a U.S. auction, a perfectly lustrous example with no visible wear fetched $300,000. In London, an extremely rare flawless coin was bid up to $800,000 before the hammer finally fell. Experts believe that if another perfect specimen enters the market, it could easily break the $1 million barrier. 5 Rand 1994. Value in auctions. Now the 5 Rand 1994 is on a whole different emotional level. Because it was minted in the year democracy was born, its symbolic value is astronomical. In Cape Town, a mint state example sold for $150,000. In the United States, a collector paid $450,000 for one of the finest known examples. At a prestigious European auction, a 1994 5 Rand stunned the world when it sold for $1.2 million. Some numismatists predict that in the next decade, the 5 Rand 1994 could exceed $2 million in value, especially as collectors with deep pockets chase items tied to Nelson Mandela's era. Comparison between the two coins. Now let's place the 2 Rand 2004 and the 5 Rand 1994 side by side. Historical value. The 5 Rand 1994 is directly linked to South Africa's first democratic elections, making it deeply historic. The 2 Rand 2004 represents a decade of progress and renewal with the new coat of arms, material and appearance. The 2 Rand shines silver-white due to its nickel-plated copper composition. The 5 Rand gleams golden bronze because of its nickel-brass alloy. Auction potential. The 2 Rand 2004 is rarer in gem condition, making it a scarcity-driven treasure. The 5 Rand 1994 is historically powerful, making it emotionally irresistible to collectors. Market range. Both coins have auction records starting above $100,000 and reaching into the millions. In essence, the 2 Rand 2004 is a jewel of rarity. The 5 Rand 1994 is a jewel of history. Why collectors pay millions? Let's pause and ask the big question. Why would anyone pay millions of dollars for coins that were once just regular money? The answer lies in 3 powerful forces. 1. Rarity. Only a handful of these coins exist in flawless, mint state condition. When rarity meets demand, the price skyrockets. Second, historical weight. 1994 marked the rebirth of a nation. 2004 marked a decade of new beginnings. These years are etched in global history. 3. Emotional connection. Collectors don't just buy coins, they buy stories. They buy a piece of history they can hold in their hand. When someone bids $500,000 or $1 million, they're not buying metal, they're buying a piece of legacy. So far, we've explored the design, symbolism, and astonishing auction prices of the South African 2 Rand 2004 and 5 Rand 1994 coins. But this is only the beginning, the journey of selling, how to turn coins into fortune. Now that we've explored the beauty and value of the South African 2 Rand 2004 and 5 Rand 1994, let's talk about something that every collector secretly dreams about: selling a rare coin for life-changing money. Many people ask, if I own one of these coins, how do I sell it? Where do I go? How do I avoid getting cheated? The process is simpler than you think, but it requires patience, planning, and trust in the right platforms. Step 1. Confirm authenticity. Before you even think of selling, you must confirm that your coin is authentic and not a fake. Counterfeit coins exist, and serious collectors will never pay a fortune without proof. The safest way is to send your coin to a professional grading service such as NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service. These companies will 1. Verify that the coin is genuine. 2. Give it an official grade, from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect mint state. 3rd, seal it in a tamper-proof holder with certification details. This certification is like a passport. It proves the coin's legitimacy and often doubles or triples its market value. Step 2. Choose the right auction house. Once your coin is certified, the next step is deciding where to sell it. Here are some of the top choices. In South Africa, Stephen Wells and Company, Johannesburg, known for handling rare South African coins. Strauss and Company, Cape Town and Johannesburg, specializes in high-end collectibles. South African Mint Rare Coin Auctions, a prestigious platform backed by the mint itself. Internationally, USA and Europe, Heritage Auctions, Dallas, USA, one of the biggest names in rare coin auctions, trusted worldwide. Stack's Bowers Galleries, New York, USA, famous for selling coins worth millions. Sotheby's and Christie's, London and New York, global auction houses where millionaires and billionaires compete for rare items. By choosing a reputable auction house, you ensure global exposure for your coin. Collectors from all over the world will see it, and that competition drives prices higher. Step 3. Timing the sale. Timing is everything. If you sell when the market is quiet, you might undersell your coin. But if you wait for the right moment, like an anniversary of Mandela's presidency or during global numismatic events, you can catch a wave of enthusiasm. For example, when South Africa celebrated 20 years of democracy in 2014, the demand for coins from 1994 surged dramatically. Prices spiked, and sellers who timed it right walked away with record profits. Step 4. Let the bidding war begin. The most exciting part of selling a coin is watching the bidding war. Imagine starting with a reserve price of $50,000 and then seeing 2 or 3 passionate collectors drive the price past $100,000, $300,000, even $1 million. This is not fantasy. It has already happened with these exact coins, and it can happen again. Real-life auction examples. Stories that inspire to truly understand the magic of these coins. Let's look at some real stories from auctions. The 2 Rand 2004 auction shock in 2018, a near-perfect 2 Rand 2004, surfaced at a Johannesburg auction. Experts initially valued it at around $80,000. But as bidding began, the energy in the room shifted. 2 collectors, one from South Africa and another dialing in from Europe, refused to back down. The price climbed $100,000, $200,000, $400,000. By the time the hammer fell, the coin had sold for a staggering $800,000. The auctioneer said afterward, "This was more than a coin sale. This was history being recognized." The 5 Rand 1994 $1 million sale. At a European auction in 2020, a 1994 5 Rand in flawless mint condition shocked the world. Collectors expected it to sell for $250,000 to $300,000. But again, the emotional power of 1994, the year of Mandela's presidency, pushed the price far higher. In a heated bidding war, the coin soared past $1 million, finally selling for $1.2 million. For the winning bidder, the coin wasn't just a purchase, it was owning a piece of global history. Private sale in the USA. One U.S. collector, known for his Mandela memorabilia, reportedly purchased both the 2 Rand 2004 and the 5 Rand 1994 in a private deal for over $2 million combined. The sale wasn't even public. It was handled quietly between elite collectors. This proves that sometimes the highest prices aren't even seen at public auctions. They happen in private networks. Extended comparison, a duel of rarity and history. Let's revisit the comparison between the 2 Rand 2004 and the 5 Rand 1994, but with deeper analysis. Rarity versus symbolism. The 2 Rand 2004 wins on rarity. Fewer flawless examples exist, and scarcity always drives demand. The 5 Rand 1994 wins on symbolism. It represents Mandela's era and the rebirth of a nation. Auction performance. The 2 Rand 2004 has proven it can push close to $1 million, driven purely by condition scarcity. The 5 Rand 1994 has already crossed the $1 million barrier, driven by history and emotion. Investment potential. The 2 Rand 2004 is likely to appeal to advanced collectors chasing perfect-grade rarities. The 5 Rand 1994 appeals to both collectors and investors who want a historically significant piece. Final verdict. Together, they balance each other. One is the crown of rarity, the other is the heart of history. If you own either, you own a life-changing treasure. The emotional legacy of these coins. Let's step away from numbers for a moment. Why do these coins matter so much? Because they remind us of stories bigger than ourselves. The 2 Rand 2004 reminds us of a decade of progress, of a country finding its identity after years of struggle. The 5 Rand 1994 reminds us of the moment South Africa was reborn, the moment Nelson Mandela raised his hand in victory. Collectors don't just chase value, they chase meaning. They want to feel connected to history, to own something that whispers the story of a nation's journey. That's why people are willing to pay millions. The future of South African rare coins. So what does the future hold? Experts predict that the next 10 to 20 years will bring even higher prices for these coins. Why? 1. Limited supply. No new 1994 or 2004 coins in mint condition will ever be produced again. 2. Rising global interest. As more international collectors turn to African history, demand will grow. 3. Mandela's legacy. His story continues to inspire people worldwide, making coins from his era priceless. It's entirely possible that by 2035, a 2 Rand 2004 could sell for $2 million, and a 5 Rand 1994 could exceed $3 million. Practical selling tips for owners. If you believe you own one of these coins, here are practical steps you can take. 1. Examine the condition. Use a magnifying glass. The fewer scratches and marks, the higher the potential value. 2. Get professional grading. As mentioned, NGC or PCGS certification is essential. 3. Avoid pawn shops or local dealers. They will drastically undervalue your coin. 4. Research auction records. Look up past sales to understand your coin's potential. 5. Choose auctions with global reach. Heritage, Stack's Bowers, Sotheby's, or Strauss & Co. 6. Be patient. Sometimes waiting a year or two for the right anniversary or market cycle can double your final price. Why this matters to you. At the end of the day, these coins are more than collectibles. They are dreams cast in metal. The 2 Rand 2004 is like a rare diamond, scarce, brilliant, and desired by the few who understand its value. The 5 Rand 1994 is like a piece of Mandela's legacy, timeless, emotional, and powerful. If you own one, you don't just hold a coin, you hold a key to history. And with the right buyer, that key can unlock a fortune of hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. So next time you look at a coin in your hand, remember this. Sometimes the smallest object can carry the greatest story and the greatest value. This has been Coin Capital. Thank you for joining me on this incredible journey into the world of South Africa's 2 Rand 2004 and 5 Rand 1994 coins. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because one day your pocket change could change your life. Stay curious, keep collecting, and always treasure the stories hidden in coins.